Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three frozen foods in my freezer. Gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with the crispy, frozen, probably something super greasy with no vegetables in it, Jared.
You're damn right. Armos here, checking in. Frozen pizzas, 100%. That's what else is it for? I don't use it for anything else. Maybe ice cream on occasion. Frozen pizzas all day.
Frozen pizza. I like that.
Dan, what about you?
I'm Dan. I play Menace Pebblewalker, tiny little Minotaur Swarmkeeper Ranger. And I think the most common frozen food in my freezer is honestly just frozen fruit for my overnight oats. So I'm the healthy option, frozen fruit.
Okay, well, I am Alec, and I play Drill of the Ashborn, and I was born for this. After much deliberation, I have to go with my Trader Joe's Philly cheesesteak bao buns. If you've never had them, they're Trader Joe's.
Looking it up right now.
They're fucking great. If you like bao buns, but you also like American food, it's literally like a Philly cheesesteak inside a nice soft. Yo, I also do want to give Tony a quick shout out. For those of you guys watching the YouTube, you already know this, but Tony's wearing our merch right now. He's wearing the fresh DND404 t-shirt, but he's fucking up. Okay, I was gonna say now Jared's putting it on. He's got the hat, but he's not wearing it. It's just sitting on the couch behind him, staring at us.
Man, this is great content for a rundown, Alec.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the rundown. Brought to you by Jared.
D&D merch. If you are looking for some merch and want to support a good cause, and that cause as us, it is 404pod.com. Check us out, 404pod.com. I think it's great, honestly. I can't believe the support we've got. We just posted it, what was that, last week? And 10 out of 10. Thank you guys. If you guys already picked stuff up, if you haven't, check it out. If you're looking for a shirt, and honestly, great quality. I gotta say, I've been wearing my hat all day, every day since I got it. Love it.
Yeah, it's starting to get cold. We got the beanies, okay? And we only take recommendations on what to possibly add on Twitter. If you don't go to Twitter and you don't follow us and add us, we won't even think about adding it to the store.
That's true.
It's the only way we collect ideas.
Yeah.
I just decided that right now. So I just kind of called an audible, but...
Executive decision right there.
Yep.
This is actually a group rundown. On that note, go check out Jared and my new YouTube video, opening up Pokemon cards.
Oh, man.
Thank you to the 350 people that watched it.
I gotta say, I thought that, like, your idea, like, I need to be more receptive of ideas, because when I heard it and you told me the idea, I was like, dude, this sounds like it's gonna be so dumb. And then, like,
You
I was
played
just like,
it and you're laughing the whole time.
I was having the time of my life. It was great. So go out there and check it out.
I just bought a shirt.
Oh, baby. In our last session, the Bloodshard Bandits and some rust monsters became well acquainted, too close for comfort as a swarm of rust bugs hidden within the blood pylon's glow attacked our group. Our heroes defeated the monsters at the cost of Drell's armor. After some banter, Armos absorbed the pylon and revealed a hidden staircase beyond it. The group decided to travel upwards, and after some time they reached the top of the giant footsteps, finding a massive church overlooking the ocean. The heroes find more than some ruins. A mysterious guardian named Alara protects a mysterious blue gem. And even more interesting, there are paintings of gods and Drell's father. Bard, go ahead and play that intro and let's get on with the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. Fellas, boyos, Bloodshard Bandits.
That's us.
The 3 of you are in the chapel of Scoreus Stonebones, an ancient god, and when you guys walked in there last, you were in the middle of a conversation with Alara, a protector of a blue gem identical to the one that you have that you found all the way back in the first arc. When you guys were talking about the gem, briefly she mentioned that a man named Bowden was the person who created it. However, she was unaware that there was a second one made, the one that you are holding. And he said he made it as a way to destroy something or as a backup plan for something.
Well, it's mine. You can't have it.
So Alara is standing there, and the three of you are having some conversation. So we'll say that from last session with that conversation, some time has passed, and the three of you are making yourselves more acquainted with the chapel around you. You kind of, now you're interested, you're on friendly terms with Alara, and you guys had some friendly conversation getting to know each other. So the four of you are now somewhat comfortable. You're good acquaintances at this moment, let's say. And you notice that as you guys are like walking around Armos, you notice that Reginald is not on your shoulder. He's actually still back at the door at the front of the church. He goes, yeah, Armos, take your time. I'm gonna be out here. You know, this isn't really my type of scenery. He's like stretching and enjoying the outside atmosphere.
I give him just a thumbs up and kind of laugh to myself as I shake my head and look back at the gem.
Take your time, and he turns around. And you realize that like his bunny tail has some smoke coming off it as he walks out of your view.
Hello! Oh man, I've never been in a building with this many bricks. It's so open and echoey. Try it, Sid. I'm used to all my huts back home. A lot of straw.
Alara's laughing as you two are like going down one of the giant halls and like yelling at it.
Yeah, Minis and Sid are actually just walking on their own, just exploring.
Drell, what are you doing?
Well, I guess I thought Armos was gonna ask her about the gem.
I got the info, kinda.
Well, yeah, what's it do?
It made blow things up, and I like that. And I want the other one.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know what? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out, and I'm just examining the gem.
Ask her about the little flask thing in your pocket too.
Wait a minute.
The
what are we talking about?
The evil flask thing.
Oh, she won't know. And I hold it up. Hey, do you know anything about this thing?
She's awkwardly standing and staring at you as you two are clearly talking about her, as she was just a part of the conversation just a few minutes ago. She goes,
yeah, no, Drell is totally acting like she's not there. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What do you want to ask her? Like,
yes, I actually do know about that. So she goes closer and she looks at this flask that's been emanating evil since you got in it and haven't explored it. She takes the flask into her hands and she starts examining it. As she's examining it, she's giving it like a basic rundown, and she goes, "Oh, it's looks like an iron flask."
well, I know that.
She laughs at you, Joe. She goes, "Nah. Oh yes, it's an iron flask, but that's the name of this type of equipment that you would use on something. It's known as the iron flask." She turns it around and sees the face of an evil goddess etched into the back of it. And she goes, "Oh, this is work of the drow."
I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? We found it.
What?
Oh, you said oh, okay. Okay, you said drow. I thought you said drell. I was like, what?
So she recognizes the handiwork instantly, and then she feels it move in her hands. Well, whatever's inside this thing is quite powerful, but what an iron flask does, it's crafted and enchanted to capture a monster, a beast, a creature, kind of like a genie in a bottle.
Oh my God.
if you will.
Oh, hell yeah.
And depending on how strong said creature is, it could or cannot obey you for a short duration.
Oh my God. It's a Pokemon.
Oh God, he's about to open this flask.
So she doesn't give it back to you just yet. As she sees you grin, she goes, "Now
I have the evilest look on my face.
Yeah, you might want to hand that to me." And I like extend my...
I look like I just ate all the cake at the birthday party.
that's the intention of an iron flask. Technically, you could put your friend in here, and if you throw them out, they would be obligated to obey your command for a short period of time until that duration is completed, and then they are aware of everything that you made them do.
Oh my God.
Depending how strong the creature is depends on the amount of time, and if this thing is what I'm sensing, it probably won't pay attention to you at all.
Oh my God, pinch me. I think I'm dreaming. This is amazing.
And she gives it to you. What is this?
I zoink it back real quick. Nothing. Don't worry about it. I got everything I need, and I stuff it back in my bag.
You see Alara just like stands in her empty palm, and she readjusts her wolf mask to kind of just see everything now. She goes, okay, I'm gonna stand back over here. And she takes a few steps back from you. She's a little creeped out, but kind of keeping everything in her purview.
I'm gonna sit, now that I got all my like information, I'm gonna go and examine the gem in the iron flask.
As you look at the two gems, they look like a blue version of the gem that's on your tome. When you like put your tome up to it, you feel this opposite force of like a magnetic force of two of the same polarizing effects trying to keep away from each other. The tome does not like the presence of this blue gem.
Oh shit, the blue gems are good. Hell yeah. Almost has a little evil book thingy. It is.
Wait a minute. I like the red ones better.
I mean, I could like hold on to the blue one then, if you want.
No, it's okay. And I move farther away.
Armos, as you conclude your investigation, you notice that for you to be comfortable with your belongings, you have to wrap up the blue gem in some heavy cloth, like really conceal it on your person for you to feel normal, not feel these opposite effects.
Hey, Alara, so quick question. Yeah, I know my dad and everything on this one, and I point to they're the paintings, right? So I point to the painting, and I know Scoreus, but who is that guy? And I point to the one of the wizard.
I believe that's Odin, a friend that made these gems.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
You hear a jar crash in the background as Minas was like looking at something about, that was nothing, and you see him sweeping it behind like a curtain. What are we talking about? He comes back to the group.
Drell, as you're looking at the murals, you feel like you're discovering a side of your father that you never known, because you met him when you were really young, but you don't have any actual memories of him because he died when you were still small, when you were like 2 or 3 years old.
Do these paintings of him look like how I remember him, or does he look older or younger?
This is definitely him when he was younger. And these murals, they're painted of him in his prime. And he looks the same in all of the murals, even though all of the murals depict a different time period. Most of them are just Scoreus looking like he's killed a lot of cool monsters.
Yeah, this guy looks cool. This guy fucks.
So as you're looking, you're seeing him pop up more and more, like maybe just in the background of like all these giant beasts that Scoreus has killed. And then you see another photo kind of tucked away behind the altar to the side where it's not the main focus. And on that mural, you don't see Scoreus. You see 2 Goliaths, your father and a woman Goliath with similar tattoos, and there's a huge frost wolf slain behind it. You notice that the art of your father seems more fading than the woman Goliath. You can guess that this woman in this photo, in this mural, is your mother. The wolf behind them looks similar to the one that you had in your dream a long time ago when you pulled the fur.
Does the wolf look dead?
The wolf looks slain, yes.
Oh, hell yeah. My mom was badass. Holy shit. See, I knew I was badass because, like, if they're both badass, then that automatically makes me badass by, like, association and genetics. And then I do, like a little glute flex to myself where no one can really see it. Alara, do you know who this lady is in this photo? Or this painting? Not a photo.
Well, this mural is a story of the slain wolf god. So as a young Goliath child, you know of the wolf god Frostoon. He's the god beast of wolves. Frostoon would only appear in the realm when the moon was its closest point to Humbrea, and when the northern lights filled the sky. Frostoon would hunt with a pack of large dire wolves. Alara continues with her story, and she goes, well, it's told that Brax had slain Frostoon. From what Scoreus told me, Brax was his hunting partner. As the years went on, Brax fell ill. He was dying, but he didn't want to go out sick. With his remaining days, Brax went out to find the biggest monster he could find with his wife, Blossom. And as Alara speaks, you begin to see on her face that she's putting two and two together and goes, "Your mother. She went with him, and in Brax's last moments, he took down Frostune and allegedly defeated a god."
Yeah, that checks out.
Whether this is true or not, well, maybe Scoreus just wanted to give his friend praise and remember him in a way that he would want to be remembered. You know that your last memory of your parents is when they left when you were very young.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty fucking badass, so it only makes sense that he slayed a god. That's what I'm gonna do one day, Menace. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory.
I'm with you, buddy.
Another glass shatters as Sid looks at you as it pans over to Menace.
Sid, I told you to put that down.
See, Armos, you give me that little cool blue gem and we might let you join us. I think Drell's just gonna kind of keep just walking around, like looking at stuff, as I guess everyone else does kind of whatever they want to do.
Menace does feel a little awkward and left out, so he's just like, yeah, so Lara, are there any cool stories about minotaurs in the church?
You hear Drell kind of laugh under his breath. What a dumb question.
Yeah, I know this bull named Miranor, real swell guy. No.
Yeah, right? I heard of that guy. Did you have the Miranor steak or whatever the fuck it was?
Alara goes, no, nothing about a minotaur. Gotta say, you're the first one I ever met. I just always thought, she laughs. She goes, I always thought minotaurs were a little bit taller, in the stories I've heard, but.
Well, we're just like other creatures. We're not all the same size, so, you know, anyways, but, what about and I pull out my book and show her my flower from my dream. Like, what, anything on this? And he's grasping at straws.
All right, Menace, don't fucking embarrass yourself, Jesus.
Who's embarrassed? No one is embarrassed, Drell. I don't know why you brought it up.
It's okay.
It's a very pretty flower. It's one of the.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Prettiest flower in the land. All right, Sid, let's go. We gotta eat lunch. I forgot. I'm starving. I gotta eat lunch.
So, like, is there anything left behind by Blossom or Drax here, or is it just this photo?
No, there's no items left behind.
No, like, tokens of their memory or anything like that?
No, just a bunch of old papers that Scoreus left
fucking
behind.
lame, and I just gotta walk outside. Well, I think we might want to start heading back. I take it you kind of live here, right? Like, if we ever want to come back, you'll kind of be here.
The son of Brax is always welcome within these walls.
You like dragon chess?
I love dragon chess, and she gets really happy.
All right, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna play some dragon chess. Oh, hey, by the way, have you heard of this guy named Julius Kendrick?
No, can't say I have. Friend of yours?
No, definitely not a friend. We're supposed to be taking him out for a picnic.
Well, if he comes by, I'll tell him that you're looking for him.
Well, no, you don't need to tell him that. I'll find him. I was just wondering if you knew him.
Although you're the first people that have been here in a very long time.
Okay.
How long have you been here?
The years just fly by.
Oh, Jesus.
Got any quests? All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, got any side quests for us or what?
I mean, if you see Scoreus in the Kambuki Isles, tell him to write.
Is that where he is?
He did head that way. Yes, he headed westward.
Menace scribbles.
Yeah, what about this magician guy?
Scoreus doesn't know where he was. The last time you saw Bowden was when he gave him the gem.
Well, he was just like, hold this for me.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there for the conversation, but and then he has tasked me to protect it as a favor.
Drell writes all this down in his notepad. Well, he acts like he's doing it, but he's really not.
While Menace is actually writing it down in his journal.
Good.
Oh, let's compare notes later, Drell.
Yep, will do.
Wait, so how were you picked?
So, Scoreus found me. Last thing I remember, I was in a terrible fight. War.
Were you winning?
I don't think so.
Fuck. Never been there. Am I right, guys?
I don't remember much, but Scoreus saved me. He said he recreated me in an image more fitting. He said so many years have passed since I awoken, and ever since then, I've just been grateful to him. He's told me stories of how he found me and mumblings I may have had I guess you could say I'm reborn.
I mean, that's pretty freaking sweet.
It is pretty cool. But you don't know where you're from?
Armos, you don't even remember where you're from.
I know.
Like, what are you talking about?
Shots fired.
Like, why you hounding her, dude?
Hey, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
You woke up in a bar, dude.
She points to her swords that she had on the side. She goes, those have seen a lot of blood.
Oh, sick.
I used to go by the name of Heron.
Oh.
Drill Imaginary writes that down too.
Well, hey, I made up this card game called Lethal League Blaze. We should play it sometime.
Sounds great.
Have you ever heard of a person named Bando Boris?
I know Bando Baris, the god.
There's a god named Bando Boris.
Bando Baris, the god of thievery.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's it for me, actually. I think I don't have any other questions. Laura, thank you for your time. Yeah, maybe we'll be back. Who knows?
I'll definitely be back. We'll be playing games soon.
I'll definitely be back for, to see you. Maybe the gem. Maybe just the gem. We'll see.
If you ever see Armos again, definitely stand in between him and the gem. That's just from what I've known, he's a cool guy, but
You two are welcome anytime. Him, I don't know.
yeah, that makes sense. We get it.
If he comes here and you two aren't here,
Pull out those blood swords, am I right? Yeah.
I look at all of them and I hold up the iron flask. Like, I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
she gives you like the meanest side eye.
Okay. On that note,
All right, Reginald, we're coming out. Time to go to another church.
Yeah, whenever you guys are ready, no rush. No rush.
Yeah,
And
we
he's-
just gotta go to another church, so get ready.
Wait, what? You see him hiding in shade.
Picture he's got like a little like umbrella that he's been using to like stay out of the sunlight.
I don't even know why you guys like those buildings. And the three of you begin to walk out and wave goodbye to Alara, and she sees you off, and you see that she has a smile on her face as you could probably gather that she has been visited in a very long time.
That's good to know. Good to know.
Okay, so the three of you would like to head back to LeLuche's.
yeah,
If you look at the map,
Oh, I should have shown her the map we got. Damn it.
I know. I was sitting here looking at it. It's on one of my tabs as we definitely got to say this, but then I got so distracted.
Here, here, Armos, why don't you go back and ask her about it? And I
So-
kind of nudge, and I went, we'll stay out here.
the three of you go back to
The church to ask about the map, yes.
100%.
You guys make your way back to the woods and you find the massive tree with the oak doors on it, and you go back to the dark staircase that you traveled up. Now, the staircase felt like it a couple hours, at least an hour or two to climb to make it here. So you travel back down, and as you're traveling, you are now back in the Ice Brew Vineyards. You are back at that entranceway where the rusted steel door was, and all of these dead rust bugs.
I step on every single one of them as we walk out.
You step on them like crunchy leaves on a nice fall day.
I also pick up what's left of my armor and I put it in my bag.
So that's a good question. Do you guys want to take anything from them? Like, we're just gonna leave this mess here?
Yeah, I'm not cleaning this up.
Oh, you know what? I use a shovel. I use my shovel and just kind of push him off into the hole.
You throw the
Get him out
bugs.
of the way.
You,
That sounds funny.
you throw the bugs into the hole.
Yeah. That hole.
And you walk through the giant steel door being as quiet as possible. I'm not going to make you roll a stealth check here, but as you try to come back, there is another tour routing back, and you pop up behind one of the tour guides that are like trying to escort people, like, oh, hello, oh, how'd you get here? Oh, what are you doing behind me scaring me like that? How'd you get back here? Please, come in line, go to the line, please. We're about to finish the tour, please. And he scoots you along, and you guys leave the Ice Brew Vineyards, and the sun is now setting. We are going to do a bit of a time skip here. Hera has asked the three of you to lay low and to attend a mass that happens weekly for all of the visitors of LeLuche's farm at the chapel, where they pray to their god, and it's kind of like a show and tourists come and check it out far and wide. It's kind of like something they offer while also praying to their god. So a few days are going to pass. So during this time, you can do any downtime activities that you would like. You regain all your spell components, rations, food and water, basic amenities that you may need for travel. Is there anything specific that the three of you might want to do during this downtime that isn't like a serious task?
So, getting an idea of when we were cleaning up the bugs in the cave and picking up all those dead bodies, I got an idea of something I want to create. I'm going to go back to Buzzguzz Ranch.
What would you like to do at Buzzguzz?
Do everyone. That'll be. I'll do that, and then we'll go to everyone else.
Okay, Jarrell, is there anything you would want to do during this downtime?
I have something, but I'm trying to read up on it because like one of the things I took as an artisan toolkit was brewing supplies recently. It says proficiency with brewing supplies gives you an additional insight on intelligence, also known as history checks, concerning events involved alcohol as a significant element, such as like medicine. This tool proficiency grants additional insight when you treat anyone suffering from alcohol poisoning or when you use alcohol to dull pain. So it's not like crazy. Like, so I guess I would spend the next few days kind of at the brewery, like doing like tours or maybe like just trying to see if I can like just practice with these brewing tools to like maybe not initially get the proficiency, but at least start that train. So then I can, kind of just work on it later.
Okay, so you spend the next couple of days at the brewery and you're trying to use like your knowledge at home when you used to brew your own ale in your free time, and you're trying to apply some of those skills here and trying to learn from the best of the trade. Roll me a d20 plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh shit, okay, that's 22.
You spend the next few days, at least 5 days, just going there, spending most of your time there, and you're also like talking with some of the visitors and some of the people that work there and some of the friendly commoners there, and you're learning some of the best trick of the trade. You have learned during your time there to make an ale with the combination of your brewing kit and your alchemist jug with the ale that produces, with some of their blueberry ingredients that you have now bought. You can now brew an ale that dulls pain for a short amount of time.
Okay.
So when you brew this ale, when a user drinks it, they're going to have resistance to bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, like a drunken bar fight, they just don't feel as much pain when they drink this.
Rad. So how many of those? Well, I guess initially, how many potions do I have, and then
roll me a d10 of that's how many you have in your reserves in your time.
1.
All right, add your proficiency bonus, and that's how many ales you've made over the past 5 days that work. That's how long it took you to make it through trial and error.
Nice. And then what about when it comes to just my brewing? Am I now proficient?
So you know how to make this brew, and when you go to a town, you can get the necessary ingredients to brew this if you're staying over for a period of time. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a nice little flavor thing. Minus, is there anything you would like to do in your downtime?
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything specific I want to achieve, but Minus would definitely spend his week learning as much as he can about the plants and the practices at the orchard. At Zuggish Orchids. I thought it was an orchard. Zuggish Orchids.
I say orchard because I'm a Gindaloo from Brooklyn. But yeah, it's orchid. Yeah, Zuggish Orchids.
Yeah, so I definitely want to spend a week at Zuggish Orchids, kind of learning the practices that they implement there. And
the first thing you're going to do is roll me a persuasion check.
Don't have good persuasion. It's a 7.
When you try to go there, you don't learn anything because the owner of Zuggish Orchids is Yvelda, who is a half-orc that does not like anybody. You recall that when you first came here, next to Zuggish Orchids, there was a sign that says "Keep away," and it was everything was crossed out. And you see this half-orc working the orchids and taking very well care of the fields, but turns everybody away who tries to ask her anything. And with a 7, you do not get to warm up to her like you do, but you do get to see these rare exotic flowers. You take some notes. Give me a nature check as you're just studying and observing on your own accord.
Right. That is a 12.
You see a plant. There's a blue plant in its own patch of dirt. It looks like all the plants around it, all the flowers, kind of lean away from it and it has like its own area, and it's just protecting this one flower. It's a blue version of the flower that Drell has. As you start to hear, you know that this is called the dragon's plume.
What does it do, or what's significant about it?
It's used as an ingredient for various things, such as armor, potions, or weapons. It's a rare flower to find and very hard to maintain and grow.
And do they just sell it there?
No, this is not for sale. This is like for spectacle only.
He has Sid climb onto the flower and try to pull some off of the spores off of the flower itself.
Then I guess he just spends the rest of his time at Buzzguzz Ranch with Armos.
Armos and Minish, you two go over to Buzzguzz Ranch. Armos, what did you want to do?
So as I'm walking there, hey man, you know, I'm gonna have to go over here, and I point to this kind of smelly part of Buzzguzz. I'll be back. I think I gotta run this one solo.
What are you doing at Buzzguzz Ranch?
So
Armos, are you trying to get more of that bat guano? Is that what you're doing here?
not quite. Something's kind of luring me in here. I'd maybe stay away for a little bit. So I find kind of a spot where, since there's so many bugs and everything like that, there's obviously a place where they're being thrown out or like taken care of. Maybe like a cemetery, if you will, or something along those lines.
Okay.
My book this entire time has actually been kind of pulling me to things of the dead for some reason. So I sit down with my book and I open it up and I sit there and kind of meditate for just a bit in kind of a dark corner with some dead bugs in front of me. And as I do that, the book opens up and starts seeping this black mist out. I can start seeing something being pulled out of the pages. As I go and I'm sitting there looking at it, I can almost grab to whatever it is as it materializes in front of me. And it's a small dagger that we'll call Dagger of the Flesh. That's what happened when I turned level 8. I got Scepter of the Flesh, so I'm going to make it a dagger.
What is this? Hold on. I feel like I totally, this should have been spoken to me. Wait, okay, so when Warlock turns level 8, you get a weapon?
Sculptor of Flesh.
Sculptor of Flesh, sorry.
I was like, what?
I read it quick. Sculptor of Flesh. I took Eldritch Adept. I get to study the occult lore, and I get to pick another Eldritch Invocation. So I can now polymorph one thing. I have the ability to polymorph something.
Yeah, you get this Dagger of the Flesh.
I've had it. I just haven't casted it this whole time, and I was like, well, there's got to be a cool way.
You're casting a spell that gives
it's
you
just
the
a spell. The dagger's just I'm not gonna stab anybody with it. I was gonna it needs to be a scepter, but I don't want to carry around a scepter and be like, eh.
Oh, that's dope. So while you're over playing with dead bugs, Minis, you go back to Buzzguzz during your downtime and you see what he's doing, because you felt really comfortable here. Sid is flying next to you, like you go back inside and Buzzguzz is like, oh yes, cowbug, oh welcome back, and you two have a conversation. You're catching up.
I probably brought him like a wing or something from
so you bring him a wing from the rust bugs you killed, and you notice that the rust bug that was recently captured by him is yesterday. It was killed, and he's now working on it, and you see his carcass.
I knew it.
And he's working on it, and you see that it's antennas are off, and he goes, yes, oh, you're interested in the rust bug, and yes. And the two of you talk more, and remember how I said off session I was going to shoehorn something? Well, the two of you talk, and he's like, oh, yes, oh, I got the great idea. Oh, buzz. And he takes an interest in your sling and rips it off of you, and you two kind of fight back and forth for a minute. He goes, no, this is gonna be cool. I promise it's gonna be cool. And he kicks you off.
I don't know. That's a special sling that Melora gave me, so I don't want you to mess it up.
No, it's gonna be rad. It's gonna be totally rad. And he rips it off you, and you're trying to get it back, and one of his extra legs is keeping you at arm's distance. It's
I'm so tiny, I just can't even.
And he takes the some salve he made from the rust bug, this jar of ooze, and he takes the antennas and he takes some of the material and he turns your sling, he coats it with some of the shell of the rust bug, makes it look really cool and kind of insecty. And he takes the antennas and he folds them in onto your sling, gives you back your sling, and it now has a cool new ability. When you aim your sling for X amount of times a day, the antennas will come out and you can put the rust monster salve, the things that melt metal essentially, onto your shots.
Whoa.
Dang.
Would you say it's the amount of times is my proficiency modifier?
It's exactly what it is, actually. The rust monster's antennas attached to the sling. The user may coat the shots of the rust bug salve to reduce the target's AC by 1 on hit.
Oh, that's
The
sick.
amount of uses is 1 plus your proficiency bonus per long rest.
That's pretty fucking epic.
That's awesome.
He goes, yes, so the rust bug antenna mixes ooey gooey, kind of cool, tastes kind of good actually, solvent, kind of like a saliva. Well, you put it on your shots, and when you shoot, it melts metal. Also note that this works on normal metal.
Does it only take 1 AC to metal armor? Is that the idea?
Yes, it only dissolves metal, non-magical metal.
Oh, I can't wait to show this to Drell. Drell's gonna love this.
While you guys are doing your downtime activities, you also kind of do your own intel. So when you talked to Para last, and she told you about this mass, Armos, while you were playing with dead bugs, you also kept an ear out for anything suspicious. When you guys kill the undead octopus, Armos, you remember some suspicious looking people walking around that didn't like the fact that you taken out this octopus, and you successfully stealthed and followed them home, and they looked very suspicious, and you always kept an eye on them. You learned throughout the week that Para believes LeLuche, the owner of the ranch, and Pastor Lero are being blackmailed by the cultists to farm blood shards or something of that nature.
Can't blame him.
She also tells you that maybe some of the common workers around the farm could be undercover agents, and there are suspicious people that are working on the farm. You also know that in the last week or so, dead animals have been found in the streets recently, mutated animals, similar to like all the dead birds that fell out of the sky when you left Kavarth's cave. The same effect happened after the pylon was absorbed by you, Armos. You start seeing some weird animals in the streets, and you see some workers cleaning them up, but it's like kind of like a talking point among some of the guests. Like, oh my God, I can't believe there's like so many animals just all over the road, and I thought this place was supposed to be nice. And it's like a talking point among some of the tourists. So the three of you lay low, and now you guys are walking to the Chapel of the Gatherer, a weekly service that is held on the farm for all commoners, farmhands, and tourists who want to worship or visit or pay homage to another goddess.
This chapel's not nearly as cool as my dad's chapel.
The three of you walk towards the church, and the closer you get, you see a small crowd of people on the road with you that you soon blend in with. The people walking towards the church are a mix of happy visitors and commoners. The chapel looks humble and modest in size. The crowd of people walking towards it make it seem smaller than it actually is. As you walk in, people start to make their way to the pews and take seats where they can. The construction of the church is well kept, with some timely wear and tear, and looks well used. The stained glass are all murals that seem to paint various events and a feminine being doing works of miracles. Down the long aisle leading to the altar is a man wearing religious garb. By his stature, you know he's the one leading the sermon. Armos, as you walk in, like, Reginald is like, oh, another one of these places. But before he can get off, you kind of just go through the door, and he gets frozen for a second. He goes, oh, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll hang out for a little bit. And he doesn't feel different when he walks through this church.
Wait a minute.
God, Menace, this is not good.
Reginald, try out this holy water, and I dip him in the holy water.
No. I don't like water. I mean, who likes water?
All right, let's grab a pew in the back, guys.
I wanted to sit up front, Menace.
Okay, I see one up at the front, second row.
You do see in the front is more crowded than anything.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
That's where you're going.
Sorry.
Wow, big fellow.
You guys are so embarrassing.
Oh, look at the giant man, sweetie. Oh, look at the cow. Oh, my God.
Scoot
It's
over.
a bull. I'm a bull. Excuse me.
Oh, is that? Look
guys-
at him. Oh, wow.
Armos, you brought money for collection, right?
Oh my God. That's it.
The three of you mosey up right into the front, and you see that this man in religious garb is like getting things ready. He has some helpers also getting some relics and setting up and making everything look nice. And you see the pastor is arranging some papers as well and preparing himself. He's doing some throat exercises like LeLuche, 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 LeLuche. He's getting ready. As the three of you find comfortable spots, as people begin to settle, you catch a glimpse of the pastor talking to somebody. A slender, elven-looking gentleman with a loose posture. They seem very friendly towards each other. They seem friendly and close, however, their facial expressions may tell another story. A few moments pass as they talk, and then the elven man walks out along the wall of the church and takes a seat in the back. Everyone begins to come to a hush, and some bells ring, and you can start to tell that the sermon is about to start. And the man turns around, has his hands clasped in front of him, and begins to speak. It is a human man, very well kept, close beard. He has white hair. He looks middle-aged, very fit. And he goes, "As the wild berries grow, they are picked. Those that are picked are chosen to push life forward, and even more slight. From the littlest berry to the largest tree, life provides a way for life to give way and make home for those who have lost their way. We gather here to pay honor and tribute to the goddess that protects us and graces us with a bountiful harvest season after season." More people chant, as the pastor talks, he speaks as he's putting on a show. "Welcome everybody to the Chapel of the Gatherer. We are here to say praise to Shantae, the goddess of agriculture. With her blessing and love, the grand land is able to produce means of survival for all of South Trillis and beyond. Shantae is a kind and benevolent goddess who overlooks everyone. She provides for everyone, and even those who don't directly follow in her footsteps. And in that humbleness and selfishness, we thank her for her praise." People bow their head. And neat words of encouragement and friendship, agriculture jokes, and some sides are thrown in there. The ceremony goes on like that for almost an hour. And towards the end, you see the pastor gesture to some of his local hands as you see some people start to hand out baskets, and people are now digging in their pockets and throwing some gold into the baskets as donation, and a basket comes your way.
Don't even.
Armos.
I literally am on the inside, and I give it right to Drell.
I push it back to him. I don't take it. I I'm holding it. Come on.
Menace has no idea what's going on. He's like, "Oh, I'll take one." He takes a piece of gold. Thank you. And he passes it to the next person.
I smack Menace's hand. I'm like, God,
What?
why did I sit next to you guys?
Armos, help. Come on, man. I've left my wallet in the room.
Because you don't have a shirt on.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Come on. You're making us look bad. Just toss the gold in.
Hey, sweetie, give them an electrum. Come on, you've been doing so well this year. Give them an electrum. Why aren't you giving them a platinum? You know, they give us food year round at crazy good prices. What we could do is at least bless Shantae, the goddess of agriculture.
You're not going to give him a platinum? God.
Look at
Armos
this.
is.
Look at this
Right,
red
Armos?
fellow.
No.
He's about to give them
No.
so much gold, honey. Come on,
So
do something.
much.
Do something.
Yeah, come on. Armos.
I do not. And give pass the bowl past Drell over to Menace, and then smack his hand when he's trying to take money.
Oh, why do you keep doing that?
Almost as you pass the donation basket, give me a perception check with advantage.
Perception. Whew, thank God. 18.
You notice that on the other side of the church, one of the people that are handing out the baskets and helping it go around to make sure everyone donates or nothing is stolen is one of the people you followed when you slain the octopus, one of the suspicious people.
What does he look like? What shirt is he wearing?
He's just wearing white religious garb, the shorter one of the three. You catch his eye.
We make eye contact, or I just notice him?
You make eye contact.
Okay. I act as casual as possible. And then when I see him look away, I elbow Drell and I'm like, no.
I told you I forgot my wallet.
No, shut. We're past that.
What?
You see that short guy over there?
Can you pass the donation basket, please? I'm trying to, get on Shantae's good graces, please. And she's trying to pull the basket.
Yeah, Menace is just holding it in his lap.
Menace,
What?
put a piece of gold in it and pass it on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I thought this was like take a gold, put in and you see there's like a drawing in there. He took a gold and put a drawing in the basket. sorry about that. Takes the drawing out.
Keep the drawing in there. Just
What? Keep it in
keep
there.
the drawing in there. Just put gold in with it and pass it on. Yeah. It's
Okay, I
fine.
drove Melora. I hope they like that. He passes it to the old lady.
Why would you draw a photo of a different god in a church? I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Just keep it in it.
Wait, whose church is this? Menace is not good at religion.
They're gonna love that. That's perfect.
I don't actually even remember. It's fine. Just pass it on.
Perfect, Menace.
But I turned to Armos and I go, okay, what were you saying?
All right, so I get Menace now that the attention is off of him, kind of. I'm like, hey, all right, don't look now. But you see the short guy over there, and I kind of nod in that direction.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's one of the three guys that I followed that one the night after the squid incident.
The night you disappeared. Yes.
Yeah. The night Menace disappeared too.
We need to.
I also did that. So did you. I didn't see you the rest of the
I
night.
slept in my own bed. It's okay. All right. Anyways, this guys, we're getting off topic. Okay. All right. So
We need to keep an eye on that guy. He knows I'm here. He knows I know. But if you see him start running,
So as the baskets get passed back and you hand them off, the helpers collect all the gold, and Pastor Lero begins to do his closing ceremony as he lights some candles, and the helpers reconvene in the middle and then go through two wooden doors behind the altar as they're going to a back room. And just Pastor Lero is out, and he goes, "Thank you everyone for your patronage and coming today as we praise our goddess Shantae. Please walk in peace, and I am here to talk with anybody who wishes to have a conversation or would like to learn some more about our ways. Please meet one another, talk, get to know each other, thank each other. And to those who head back home, have safe travels." And he closes the service, and he is by the altar, and people start to get up and they start talking to each other, and they start talking about the service, and the ceremony has officially ended.
during the whole sermon, did it seem dodgy, or it just seemed like this is just like upstanding people just trying to?
Give me an insight check.
Because if it seemed dodgy at all, that would have caused some alarms through part of it. Okay, insight. Hey, yeah. Oh my god, I got a 4.
No, you don't think any dodginess was going on. You thought it was really weird that the person you got a bad vibe from was there, and you know that he was a farmhand at Lurkes Reservoir, so you don't know why he was here. Maybe he's just a volunteer. But as far as the pastor goes and the ceremony, you didn't catch any cheekiness or dodginess.
Yeah, I also want to look around to see if anyone looks like a scumbag, or like if anyone looks like they were there for other reasons than just like attending a sermon.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Drell.
Got a 3.
Outside of what I almost told you, you think the building is full of visitors and tourists and commoners.
It's pretty cool, you know, what they do with this place.
Is anybody going up to Pastor Lero?
There are a bunch of visitors like thanking him and shaking his hand, and he's, you know, being very friendly to everybody.
Yeah, I think we kind of wait until everybody else goes before we go.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a big pastor guy. Menace, you go ahead and take this one.
Yeah, sure. Let's just wait for the crowd to thin.
Some more time passes, and the crowd starts to clear out, and you wait. You're sitting in the pew, and you guys are talking amongst yourselves, and you see that elven man, and he talks to the pastor again, and you hear Lero say, LeLuche, it's always great for you to be here. I'm so happy you can attend my ceremonies. They shake hands, and the elven gentleman named LeLuche begins to walk out. The church is now empty, except for you three, and you do hear some noise coming from the other rooms of the church. It sounds like they're cleaning up.
Good evening, sir. My name is Minis. It's good to meet you. It was a lovely talking episode.
Oh, yes. You see Lero goes to turn around. Oh, thank you so much. Where are you?
Hey, down here.
Oh.
Well, that's pretty fucked. And I yell that from where I'm sitting in the little room.
You swear in the middle of the church.
Son, how can I help you? And he looks down at Minis. He goes, thank you so much for attending today.
All right, listen here, bud. You know my friend Para?
Of course I know Para. Well, how can I help you?
I look around and I like grab his collar and pull him down. She said you could help us, all right?
And he tries to pull away, like straighten himself out. I have
Don't let him get away, man.
no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know our boy JK? And I squint at him.
I don't even know who JK is.
I'm sorry. Perhaps you're looking for somebody else. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this might be the wrong guy. Everybody. She said the pastor would help us, but I'm not so sure.
Make me a perception check.
We're doing good at these. 7.
He looks very uncomfortable. He's looking around.
All right, well, if you don't know JK, then I can leave you alone, but we were told to take care of the jokes.
How about this? We're gonna be at this location.
We're gonna be outside around back.
Yeah, we're gonna be at this bar. If you feel like joining us for a drink, you seem like a pretty swell guy.
Pastor.
You just let us know if you're, need anything.
I'm sorry. How can I help you with Para? I'm sorry. I feel like this conversation is just escaped me. Let's restart. My name is Pastor Lero. Thank you so much for attending my ceremony and a weekly mass. How can I help you?
God, I don't know what to do here, guys. Para said he could help.
Para. Oh, yes. Oh, I am so sorry. I've just been so busy. Please forgive me. I forgot about the meeting we had. And he looks over your shoulder.
Oh, did you hang out in her bedroom like all those other guys do?
You hear some pots and pans fall in the background when you say that. No, child, no.
Oh, really? It sounded like a lot of fun.
Our meeting, yes, I forgot that we had a meeting booked today. Why don't
you have a meeting booked? Oh, we'll wait till your meeting's over.
With you.
Oh my God.
Oh, God. Armos, when did you book a meeting?
Yep.
Drell, did you? Was I asleep?
Para told me
no.
you were funny ones, and he begins to walk beyond the double doors into the back and holding them open for you.
Oh, well, that was convenient. All right, let's get this meeting on its way.
He guides the three of you through the back of the double doors, and he goes into the room. There are two of the helpers sorting through some of the money and like cleaning up and putting some of the religious relics away. And he walks past them and he goes to the door in the back left. One of them is the suspicious person that you saw, and he goes over to them and he goes, gentlemen, please, can you help clean up the outside hall? I believe somebody had a bit of a mess, maybe some too much to drink. I think they made a mess in the back of the pews. Two of them nod and they walk out to handle the mess, and he walks in through another door, which is his office.
Nice little office you got here. Is this all yours?
Yeah, well, it belongs to the church, but I do use it for the time being.
Very nice. So anyways,
he closes the door behind the three of you, and he goes in front of his desk, and he invites the three of you to sit.
I'm gonna stand.
Every time.
Well, suit yourself.
Yeah, I sat all service. I gotta stretch legs.
Well, once again, I am Pastor Lero. I don't think I've had the good graces of meeting the three of you.
Minis Pebblewalker of the Ivory Boulders. It's a pleasure to meet you, by the way.
Pleasure. And you, my good sir. And he points to Armos.
Look, Brud, you have quite a shady operation going on. Are you in danger, or what is happening here?
Just tell him your name. Look, I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
Can I have a deception check, please?
It's a 12.
Mark, nice to meet you, Mark. Well, listen, if we can use hushed tones for the remainder of this conversation, please, why are you yelling Para's name around here, just out of curiosity, and telling me fibs and fables of me spending the nights in her room?
Well, I didn't say that. You said that.
You said that.
Did I say that?
You said that.
My little friend here has one volume, and it's loud.
What? This is a good volume.
He begins loosening his collar.
Okay, whoa. We're not into that, dude. Relax.
Oh, okay. All right. We're definitely getting off on the wrong foot. What can I
knew you
help
locked the door
you
for a reason.
three? Why are you saying these names in this church? Who sent you?
I wonder who sent us.
How many times do I have to say it? Paris said you could help us with Wait.
He instantly catches the instance of that name, and he shuts your mouth with his hands as he stretches over the table, and he goes, shh.
Then stop asking us who if you don't want us to say their names, dumbass.
You see him start to sweat. What? In a quiet, hushed tone, what are you here to collect?
We are here to take Jabberwocky Kilowatt out for a picnic.
Yeah, we're here for the BS, man. The BS.
It was quiet. The sounds of brooms can be heard beyond the door. Well, are you up for the task? It could be a dangerous journey. As he clenches his hands together, almost like he's praying.
Yes, but question. Is there a way we could make it a vegetarian picnic where none of the food was harmed?
I don't see a way with people's dietary preferences that we could accommodate that goal.
Huh.
You see, our kitchen can't supply that demand, as recently some of our cabinets have been tainted and infested with rats. And he has a shifty eye, and he looks behind him, and behind him is a large, over his left shoulder, there is from floor to ceiling a whole row of books, and that's where he's gesturing towards.
We will do what needs to be done. Maybe Armos will eat the bologna sandwich.
There is a knock on the door. Pastor Lero, we need your attention out here. There seems to be someone who has lost their way, and they need some help. I think they lost some of their possessions as well. Can you please come out here and help? And he goes, yes, I must see to that. And he gets up, and there is a piece of paper that his hand was covering on his desk that he leaves behind. It looks very sweaty. And he gets up and he leaves through the office, and he goes, gentlemen, I will return. Please have a read. And he leaves and he closes the door, and two of the people that were helping clean the church guide him out. And they seem to be holding like one arm over his shoulder, luring him away from the office as he closes the door.
All right, Ormos, books, Drell, guard, me, paper. I go look at the paper on the desk.
You look at the piece of paper and you unfold it, and it's very wet, uncomfortably wet, so wet. And it has a name, and it's just like a brief sentence written on it. It looks like the title of a book, and it was The Windmill Between the Waters. And when you look at the bookshelf that he was side-eyeing, you see a book, The Windmill Between the Waters.
Wait, who was on book duty? Was I on book duty?
Ormos, find this one. And I just hold the paper up.
And I go to grab the book.
As you grab the book, you hear a ka-chung, and the bookshelf begins to rumble ever so slightly and unhinges like the sound of an opening door as a cool, stale breeze reveals.
Dun, 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 dun.
Behind this bookcase is a small cobblestone room with a statue of a lion facing a spiraling staircase downward.
Ormos, you go first.
But Okay, so I walk in, I see the staircase. I have a lot of questions, but I think we need to proceed.
Can we like push the bookcase back into place?
Absolutely.
Do we see a hinge from this side, first off?
Right.
You notice that the statue on the statue of the lion, its jaw is unhinged and looks like it moves.
I put it up.
As you put it up, the bookcase begins to close.
Oh, sick.
Wait for me. And I run in.
That guy was very sweaty.
I hope this is like a secret society that we're helping out, and they're definitely not gonna ambush us when we go down the stairs.
The three of you walk down this dark cobblestone stairs, holding onto Armos as he can see in the dark. But there is a glimpse of light at the bottom of the staircase. It's not very far down. You feel like you're walking into the cellar. As the three of you walk down the stairs, you hear the sounds of chatter, laughter. Sounds like a group of people are talking and bonding, but with some unsavory tones, a lot of cuss words, a lot of sailor talk, if you will. The sounds of beer being poured, dice being rolled. As you peer through, you see a bunch of tables scattered throughout, a lot of doors that lead into different rooms. You can count, as you glimpse through, at least 2 people sitting and drinking across from the main entrance. There are barrels along the walls. There are torches lighting up the area. The people at the tables are all wearing red uniforms. You see a flag, a banner in the distance from the door. That's of the Red Dawn cult. Armos, your tome is letting off a presence. The essence of Bloodshards may be nearby. You get this strong urge of belonging down here. You also get the feeling of an immense pressure, somebody exuberating a strong vibe. And as you gaze around the basement, these possible cultist members, you hear the banging of sticks against steel on the north side of the room as there are 2 giant iron doors being rattled every so often. And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
What?
I'm here for the club meeting, everybody.
Just when it gets good.
So I started blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Firing good old my bolts.
Yep. Bolts.
Thank you, everybody, for catching this week's session. That was a goodie. A lot of lore drop. And build.
Yeah, found out about Mom and Dad.
Hey.
Oh, this episode really blossomed. Okay.
Guys, how are you feeling? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, we'll talk about it on the after show, of course, but, you know.
I think we're going to have a nice, very calm chat with these Red Dawn cultist members.
Whoa, who said they're cultist members? Whoa, I just said there was a banner in the background. Doesn't mean they're cultist members. Sheesh.
I mean, the Red Dawn, they're kind of, you know, they're always up to things.
I knew we shouldn't have trusted that pastor. Yeah, no, it's good. I liked it. It's I always love the combat side of D&D, but the storyline and the lore discovering all that, I think it's got to be my favorite part.
I also try to provide a lot of imagery this episode. I know you guys listening can't see it, but I've been trying. And I'll share some of those cool little snippets in the Discord. You can join the Discord by clicking the link down below, along with all of our other cool links and cool merch link.
We got merch.
We got the
It's
merch.
really good merch.
Jared's well-being may or may not be on the line, by the way. Just saying, if you don't, I'm just saying we have an optimistic goal. If that optimistic goal isn't met, then Jared gets the bat to the knees. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Oh no,
the allegories continue.
Oh, so many allegories, but we will talk about it on the after show. Before we close out this session, Alec, do you have anything you want to recommend? Because I know you made a very strong point that you want to talk about some stuff at the end of the episode to recommend.
Yeah. I didn't think of anything for this episode.
Wow,
Fuck.
He's not even prepared.
Oh, you know what? No, actually, I recently started watching the show Community.
Oh, yes.
It's amazing.
I don't know if anyone else seen it. It's
100% the best show.
It's fucking hilarious.
The D&D episode of Community is amazing, by the way.
I haven't got there.
Oh, Alec, you're gonna love it.
The first season is okay.
I'm on second season now. Just started season 2.
It's just,
and I thought season 1 was funny as fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna love. It gets so good.
Yeah,
dude.
For those who have it, it's on Netflix, so check it out.
I believe it's on everything.
It's on it was on what is it?
I think it was on Hulu, right?
And then it went to Hulu, and now it's on
now it's on Netflix. So can't wait. Can't wait.
Fun fact: the guy who does Rick and Morty,
Dan Harmon,
was part of that show. Fun fact. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, easily biggest man crush I got, and he's in that show. And he's hilarious. I love that guy so much.
So far, Pierce, who's played by Chevy Chase, is he's funny as fuck.
He's my favorite. It's just
he's too fucking funny. Dude.
Those people actually exist in college. It's so funny.
As someone who went to a community college for a year, it makes me kind of want to go back because I miss how fucking shitty it was. But no, it's great. I loved it.
And with that being said, we are going to move on to the Patreon supporters. Take it away, future me. Now it's time for the Patreon shoutouts! First up is our Sidgwick College alumni, Ulrich Shieldust. Ulrich has been hard at work. After aiding Dillmore's reconstruction, the Shieldheart Forge is finally back up and running. The sounds of hammers on anvils are being struck and heard deep into the night. His customers are overjoyed and say his work has gotten even better since his new hammer. Next up is Artemis. Artemis is currently working security at the Alchemist dorms at Sidgwick College. As the summer semester comes to an end, Artemis is working double time, keeping the annoying engineering students away and defending Chemi Joe from ruthless pranks. Next is Alara Dawnstar. Alara is defending a mysterious church forgotten by time on top of a lone hill overlooking watery cliffs. Alara trains on, defending her new home and mysterious artifacts left behind by an old friend. Enter Julius Kendrick, a dastardly hooligan spreading mischief in South Trillis, last seen only by the man he murdered. Julius's location is unknown but close by. Looming in the shadows, the faint sounds of tolling bells fill the air when he is near. Now we're going to move on to Humbrea's heroes. First up is Alex Dredd. Mr. A. Dredd is currently reigning champion in the Kabuki fighting pits as he recently won a fight with a bugbear while his arms were shackled to a rock. Quite impressive. Next is Charcoal Darts, wild magic artist of Humbrea. Have you noticed the autumn trees recently? That's because she is painting the environs with her new line of oil paints. Last is Man with Glass. Recently, Man with Glass has been arrested for assault. Reports say he attacked somebody named Man with Stones. Man with Glass claims Man with Stones had it coming and got rocked. That's it for this episode's shoutouts, and a big thank you to this month's Patreon supporters. If you want to be added to our shoutouts, go ahead and click that Patreon link down below to find out more. See ya!